Good morning everyone, welcome to Vanuary day 5. Woken up and got ready at our beachside park up, cliffside park up. The sea is down there. It's beautiful, we had a really great night's sleep, it's very quiet. A little bit of rain, not very much. I think more rain is expected today, so we've decided to go to a fossil museum to escape the rain, and also because we love fossils. Well, I do. We're outside the town of, Lekeitio.
You said it about 8 times.
I know.
Mutriku.
We're outside the town of Mutriku, and that's where the fossil museum is. So we're going to head on down. And have we got anything else to update you on? I don't think so. We'll see you down there.
I remember looking at it being like, oh.
Big.
It's kind of small.
Just the way it's laid out makes it seem big. So the museum's not open today, it's open tomorrow from 11. So that's a bit of a fail. We just drove here and we parked at a free car park by a leisure centre. So we're just going to walk down into the town, see what's about, I think. Do you want to come with? Or do you want to stay here?
Yeah, we'll take little baby.
We'll take little baby. I really need to do some work today because I need to make a thumbnail for the first Vanuary episode, which is going live today.
Let's go and have a look around, we'll come back and then we can do some work up here.
Yeah.
Will you grow my garden rose? Sun stops being down. Will you stay if Orion stops? If he stops coming round. Will you leave if summer came? The rains fell far behind.
We're outside of the fossil museum. Looks great. We see the calendar from last year. January, February, shut. And then we look inside here. We see all these leaves. It looks like it hasn't been open in a while. We're questioning whether it's going to be open tomorrow. TBF.
It ain't open.
Aww.
It ain't happening, is it?
That's what happens when you visit places out of season sometimes. Can't always go where you want to go.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
Come on in.
Up, up.
Come on. Quentin. Come on. Come on. The rains are really coming down now and it's got a lot colder. We are expecting what is it, an Arctic
blast.
An Arctic blast coming across the whole of Europe, and it's going to affect Spain. It's going to make the temperatures much colder, especially at night. But yeah, and today is supposed to be very rainy, so we got back to the van just in the nick of time, really. Even though the fossil museum wasn't open in Mutriku, and actually doesn't look like it's going to be open this month at all, and possibly not even next month, we've decided we're not going to stay in this town, even though we had a nice time walking around. It's a beautiful port town, and there's lots of little placards where you can learn about the history of the town. Used to be, way back in like the 16th century, it used to be a whaling port. Once they killed all the whales in the sea, it then became a fishing port, and it's kind of famous for canning things like anchovies. It just had a nice feel to it. There's a lot of really old buildings, especially around the port. Friendly people. Craig spoke to someone who was interested in midge, which midge is like a huge conversation starter for us, and it's good for Craig because he's getting to practice Spanish. I think people are just very welcoming and happy that someone is trying to learn the language, and especially when we speak a little tiny bit of Basque. We only know like really basic words, like kaixo is hello, eskerrik asko is thank you, agor is goodbye, egunon is good morning, eguberion is Merry Christmas, and there's another one, Mercedes is, what's Mercedes? Please. Mercedes is please. That's all we know in Basque. But obviously Craig knows much more Spanish. We're going to drive around the coast, go somewhere else. It's just a bit of a washout of a day, so we're probably just going to treat it as a work day. I want to say more, but I'm very conscious that Craig is just waiting in the back.
You can say more. I'm just doing Duolingo.
Oh, Craig's doing...
Be here forever.
Craig's doing Duolingo.
You are just holding back.
Okay. I wanted to say something about a conversation that Craig and I were having this morning, which is a conversation we have often. We often talk about the state of the world and what's going on and how we wish things were different and what we can do about it and what collectives of people can be doing about it. And I guess this morning we were both feeling quite angry, and that's actually the result of having conversations like that. We often end up quite angry and frustrated. And I was saying that I'm really feeling the need to be learning at the moment. We were mostly just talking about the war crimes that are happening in Gaza and in the occupied territories perpetrated by Israel at the moment, and how they are encapsulating a lot of like massive overarching systems like capitalism, patriarchy, white supremacy. We're just seeing on a daily basis, also like Islamophobia. I guess we're seeing on a daily basis examples of the outcome of those. For example, an IDF soldier just like rooting through a Gazan woman's underwear drawer and just like publicising it on their TikTok. Like he thought he had the right to do that, which is obviously patriarchal and white supremacist, to be inside someone's house and owning it. I'm really feeling the need to learn, and I'm really feeling the value in listening to voices of people who haven't been promised things by white supremacy. Obviously, Craig and I, as two white people living in Britain, we've been promised things by white supremacy, and we both had like a similar upbringing in that we were told that if you do certain things in life, if you play the game, you tick some boxes, then you are guaranteed a life of comfort. That was like both of ours upbringings. But along with that, you are expected to kind of like look the other way and not be bothered about anything that's happening in the rest of the world. Things that have to happen for us to be able to have our comforts. And more than that, like things being done in our name. When you do decide to like look at things and care about things and want to affect change, I think we both feel quite like isolated and alone because we're no longer like playing the game. So yeah, I'm thinking that learning from other people is very important at the moment because it will help me verbalise and gain context and perspective, and also maybe feel less hopeless and less powerless about what's happening. Obviously, I'm someone who already really strongly believes in collective direct action. I have taken part in that, so I do see that as a way of doing my part. I don't really know what I'm saying here. I wrote it down, but it's not coming out right.
Just serving up dinner for two. A little bit of steamed rice. And then we've done collab of the year so far. I know there's a lot of the rest of 2024 to go. Pre-cooked sweet potatoes, tinned garbanzo chickpeas, and spinach stew from Spain. And then we've done a little bit of a British twist on it by taking some flavours from other countries and then putting it in and calling it our own. So we put some curry paste in there as well. Technically got a sweet potato, spinach and chickpea curry.
Why does anyone want to judge us? We live in a van. Hello.
Ignore her. Like editing in a cave. We're going to serve it and then we're going to try and figure out what to do with our evening because it is absolutely pelting it down outside. Or we'll probably just do work all night. But for now, we're going to eat a little bit of dinner. If you film me, he stops.
Of a territory, there is nothing in this plan would suggest there is going to be a successful economy for the people of Gaza. This seems more like managing a refugee camp.
Just boiling the kettle because we've got a big pile of washing up to do. Post dinner, post washing up, post sweeping of the floor. Look how clean that our floor is. I swept it and then I disinfected it as well.
It's pretty lovely.
So it's pretty clean down there. We're going to head out into the town. It's stopped raining finally. And we're just going to have a look around really because we've had a bit of a cooped up day. I feel a bit worn out because I've done a lot of editing today. This is the first upload day, so it was juggling like uploading, being in there for the premiere, needing to get the next vlogs scheduled. So I'm just getting in the swing of Vanuary, I think, and I've done a lot of editing of myself talking today, so I'm feeling a bit drained. And I haven't done a very good job of vlogging today for that reason because I've just been working quite a lot. And it's been so rainy that we haven't really left the van and had anything much to film. I'm really glad that we went out earlier, stretch our legs and give the dogs a nice long walk as well because they've just been really snoozy this evening, which is good. Oh, by the way, the curry was really delicious that Craig made. Thanks. My on-board chef. We just got back to the van, just going to read a bit more of Homeland. I am 62% of the way through. It's quite a big book, it's like 500 odd pages, so that's a big book for me. I think it's also a TV series called Patria, yeah. Patria, if you want to look it up, and if you're not much of a reader but you want to learn more about the time when ETA was active in Basque country.
It's only in Spanish.
Subtitles?
I'm not even sure it's subtitled.
Exclusively for Spanish speakers, if you're interested. Then my future reading plans for the month, I would like to pick up a new book about Palestine, keep up my reading on that subject. What are you reading, Craig?
I'm reading 101 Small Conversations in Spanish, a beginner's guide.
If anyone who's watching this has learnt Spanish as an adult and has any tips on learning, would you be interested in receiving those tips?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Leave a comment. I'm ending another Vanuary day in bed. This is Philip, by the way. He's my woodlouse. My favourite thing from today, taking Midge on a big walk into the town because he seemed to really like it and he's cute and everyone stares at him.
For the wrong reason.
Because they're like, why have you got that dog? Yeah, my highlight of the day was Midge, I think. We will see you in the morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.